What's up, beautiful kittens? My name is KinKade and welcome back to my channel. Or welcome to my channel. You might be new. This might be your first video, which I kind of hope not. This is kind of a dark topic to be jumping into straight from not knowing who I am, but I mean, to each their own, I suppose. So today is going to be another abuse support video because I haven't done one of these, like actual abuse support, talk about narcissism in like a month, I think. So I think it's time to actually sit down and talk about narcissism at its core could do to you other than social anxiety, just because I had an experience. So today I'm going to be talking about abandonment and attachment issues that may stem from narcissistic abuse. Also, this is like a severe trigger warning. A lot of this is going to get real dark. So if you can't handle that, I would suggest leaving now. Things are about to get much, much darker than my last narcissistic support video. So attachment and abandonment problems caused by narcissistic abuse, because I know that in my experience, a lot of younger people that grew up with this tend to have attachment issues and they're afraid of putting themselves out there, but when they do, they become extremely attached, which can drive people away. And that is specifically true in my case. I have a friend that's also like that. Like he was also abused by his mom the same way I was. He has the same issue where he has a hard time trusting, but at the same time, when he finds someone he really likes, he becomes attached really easily, which is the exact same for me. If I really, really like you, I will become sucked to you like glue. Like, it's really hard to get me to approve of you and to like you because I have trust issues for one. People just suck in general. And two, I have a really hard time opening up to certain people because of how many times I've been screwed over. It's just something that's hard for me to do. So when I find someone that I feel that I can trust, I suck to them like glue. Like, I'm like, you are my friend now. I'm not going to let you go because I like you a lot. And it's kind of rare for me to find someone like that. But you know, if I like you, I'm like, hi, I'm here. And that's it. I mean, no one has told me to like fuck off and to leave them alone. So I guess in that regard, that's good because I'm not being like too overbearing, but I'm afraid that like there's always that issue like in your head kind of that goes kind of along with social anxiety of, am I being too much? Did I do something wrong? Like, there's always that self-doubt there, especially since when you grow up being abused and like told that you're always wrong, or you're too this, or you're too that, or you're not enough this and not enough that. It's really easy for it to get in your head and cause those emotions and thoughts that come with, you know, being overbearing, possibly, because it's always in your head. It doesn't go away just because you happen to get out of the situation with your parents. It never actually goes away. It's really scarring. So I still have those doubts where I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I make them mad? Like, I always think my best friend is mad at me. Like, my best friend, I met him not too long ago, and I was like, I don't know what it is about you, but I sucked to him like glue. I was like, you are like so awesome. We are friends now. Like, I'm not letting you go. Because we have so much in common. He likes metal, not like metal, but like orchestra type of music like I do. Only I like the heavier side of like orchestra, symphonic metal stuff. He likes the orchestra side of it. He likes to write novels. He's into werewolves. He's into fantasy. Like, he's basically me in dude form, and he also likes anime. So it's like, and he loves animals. He works at a pet place. Like, it's just, he's me in dude form. So of course I suck to him like glue. And I'm always like, oh yeah, I think he's mad at me like all the time. It's just like, he's probably mad at me or something. And I don't think he actually is. It's just that feeling of, oh yeah, I probably said or did something to piss him off. Even though he's really chill, so I have like no reason to think that, but it's just, it gets in my head. The self-doubt's there. I always think like I made him mad. So I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm sure so-and-so's mad at me, just because it's one of those things where I'm accustomed to being made to feel like I did something wrong. And that goes into like my attachment issues also, because I have a hard time wanting to be around people sometimes, just because I have an issue becoming attached, because I'm afraid of that exact thing. It's like a perpetual cycle of doom that I cannot get out of. I've gotten a lot better, especially because I do YouTube. I've gotten a lot better with acting stupid and strange and all closed off and bitchy. But at the same time, I still have issues like opening up to people. Even to my own husband, sometimes I will just completely like shut myself off and not try to show emotion just because of the shit I dealt with my parents. Like, it was bad to show emotion. It was bad to have feelings of any kind that were outside of their feelings. Like, I had to consider them over myself. It's just one of those things where, because of the environment I was in, I still act like that. And people don't always understand, like, why do these people become so attached or not at all attached. Like, it's a very strange in between. Like, although I think my friend is more able to be attached than I am, he seems like super friendly. I mean, yeah, I'm like friendly. Like, I'm super friendly. I have no reason to not be friendly. It's just he seems more accepting than I am, where I, like, if I don't get a good vibe from you or something, I'm honestly like, I can't do this. So I have to say that going to VidCon is going to be interesting because I'm going to be around a lot of new people and I'm not going to know what to do because I have horrible social anxiety. But at the same time, I'm still going to go. Like, it's not going to stop me. I'm going to go because I enjoy what I do. And obviously I want to go to meet you guys. So it's not an option of me not going. Like, I'm going to go. Like, I'm Monica KinKade. I'm going. I do believe with, like, therapy and things that could get better, but I don't really know if that will ever get better for me, like, even with therapy. I'm just not sure if it would, because I think it's been programmed into me so hard that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get past the attachment. It could just be part of my personality as well, because, you know, I really didn't realize my true personality growing up because I had to mask my true personality. So now that I'm figuring it out, I realize that I become attached to people easily. Especially if, like, we have a lot in common, I'm instantly going to be like, you are now my best friend on the planet. Like, we need to talk a lot. And it's just, I guess I feel like I'm annoying. I mean, I am annoying. Like, listen to how I talk. I'm annoying and I think I'm funny. So, like, yeah, I can be really annoying. But at least you know I care and I love you. So that's another thing, is at least people with these types of, like, attachment issues, like, they become attached really easily. They do it because they care. Like, it's not meant to be suffocating. In some cases, it can be suffocating where, like, it can turn into, like, severe manipulation or, like, deep-rooted self-conscious issues that come across in relationships, which is not really a good thing. And in that case, you should honestly seek help because people aren't going to reciprocate that at all. It's going to come across overbearing, which came across in my relationship that I will talk about at some point because that was a toxic AF relationship. And I will talk about him because I know that some of it was my fault because of my insecurities, but at the same time, he did not help at all. Like, he did not handle it well. So I think that it requires a certain type of person, if you're dating someone like that, to really try to break through to them and be patient. Like, that is the most important thing, is just to be patient. And obviously therapy is definitely going to help. Therapy is definitely going to help at least get to the root of the problem so that you get better. Because obviously drugging you is not going to do anything. Like, you really need therapy. Like, drugging you is just going to make you a lump on a log and slob on the floor and be gross. Like, that's not going to solve the problem. You really need to get to the root of it, which is obviously talk to somebody about your insecurities. And that's kind of why a lot of people that grew up with narcissistic parents also end up dating narcissists, is just because they're familiar with it. And narcissists have a really good way of being, like, so charming. Like, you just don't expect them to be so normal and then so different the next. Like, they seem totally normal. Like, sometimes my mom could act totally fine, and then the next minute, she's gone off the wall, like, yelling, like, complete 180 switch. It's just crazy. And I know that it's kind of the same with partners. I'm sure that they can relate. I don't think I've actually dated a narcissist. I wouldn't call my ex a narcissist. I just think he didn't know how to deal with anything other than himself and his feelings. But I could very well be wrong, because I'm just used to my mom. Like, my mom is narcissist number one. And I guess how I deal with it is, I mean, obviously I'm not going to stop being really friendly to those I like, because I don't want to make it seem like I don't like somebody if I really do. Like, if I make a continuous effort to talk to you, that means I really like you. And if I don't, then that means that I'm kind of in the middle, or I don't get a good vibe from you. Because I'm really in tune with my emotions and vibes, and if I don't vibe off of you really well, like, you just give me the weirdest vibes, I'm gonna be like, whoa, you freak me out. Like, I feed off those vibes. I'm a firm believer, listen to your gut, and some people I've dealt with, I'm just like, you give me the worst vibes. But obviously, if I talk to you at all, like, even if you, like, talk to me, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, hi. Like, I'll talk to literally anybody. It's just my attachment may not be there with literally everybody because of how I feel, like, deep inside. It just kind of happens and I become attached. I also become attached to inanimate objects, but I'm not sure if that's, like, or, like, not living things. Like, I'm attached to my cats and I'm attached to, like, you know, my dog and living things, but I also get really attached to storybook characters. That probably sounds so stupid. Even my own characters in my own novel, I'm like super attached to, but obviously they're like me, so I'm not sure. That could just be me. I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with it. It's just I get attached to those sort of things. I don't know if that means anything at all, but if it does, you can tell me, because I don't know. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe if you have not already. I'm sure that if you are watching this, you probably are subscribed. Like, I don't know why you would jump into like a dark ass topic and not be subscribed. But if you like this, like I said, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Also share and click the bell icon so you get notified when I upload. That is also really important. And also, if you like want to stick around, keep making sure that you're subscribed, because YouTube does this clean out inactives and spam, and I want to make sure that you are actually subscribed. I don't want anyone to wind up not being subbed and wonder like what happened. So just periodically make sure you are subscribed, because it does happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.